So welcome back to the Rod Shop channel here with Saxy Rod Shop. So this week we're just going to give you a little update here on some of the cars that have been in the shop and the ones that are just about ready to go home. So here on this little Cobra that we had come in, so this is one of the customer actually called it one of the continuation Cobras. So this is actually a 65 Cobra, but it was one of the leftover VIN numbers from 65. So this car was actually manufactured by Shelby Cobra America at a later date, but it's titled and registered as a 65 because it has the 65 VIN number on it. And one of the things that's here is the customer is going to start driving it some, and the radiator that was in it had a leak, and we tested the original radiator and it had like 5 leaks in it. So we put a new I think these are a Fluidyne radiator in here, and it had just some, so these cars when they were manufactured, all the upper and lower hoses were in multiple pieces of steel tubing, but they weren't protected back then, so they were just corroded and starting to rot through. So we've built a new upper stainless steel hose, and we've made a new one-piece stainless steel lower hose, and then we have a brushless fan that's coming in that we will be mounting in this area here. So when that comes in, we'll get the fan mounted, get the thing fired up, running, and then this car will be leaving here sometime this next week. So that's currently where we are on the Cobra. So here on the 55 pickup, this is the one that we built earlier, 3-4 years ago now, I guess maybe 5 years ago. And he was having some trouble with hard start, and basically it just boiled down to that the battery on it was just out of date and was just not holding enough amps anymore and carrying enough current, and it was just giving him a hard time to start. So we've actually increased the size of the battery and built a new bracket. In doing so, we had to build some new upper and lower, I say upper and lower, positive and negative battery cable for the new battery, just because the ends were in a different location. And so we got that done, and one of the other little things that the car had, or the truck had on it, was some engine noise coming through one of the stereo speakers all of a sudden. So we're tracking down that problem. Hopefully it's just a ground issue. And then this truck will be headed back out of here the first of this next week. So here as we're walking by, so these are the panels that Brandon's working on for the 63 split window Corvette. And in one of the earlier pictures, we showed you the passenger side that he has. And he got the recess in it all done and dressed out. And now he has the driver's side, he has the recess in it, still has to finish dressing it out. And you can see the little bubble that he's got in there to go around the steering linkage. And then he still has to finish mounting this. And then this will all get tied into the radiator panel. And then he has to still build one that goes across between the two on the firewall. So these are for the 63 split window Corvette that we got going on in the other shop. So here we have an all steel 32 3-window sedan. This was one of our older customers. When I say older, in both ways. Long-time customer. We've had him for 40 years of a customer. An older gentleman, he's sold the car, and the new owner had this car parked in a business, and an 18-wheeler backed into it and tore the front end completely off the car, as you more or less. You can see one of the front fenders, and here's the other passenger side front fender from where the trailer of the 18-wheeler got into it. It got into the grill shell, got the headlights, the headlight bar. So it bent a front spindle. We've got the spindle changed out. Messed up some of the front end alignment. So we're currently getting all that stuff back together and dialed in, and we have the new front sheet metal fenders. We'll get them fitted to the car, and all the gaps, the hood gaps and hood lines redone, and then we'll start body working and painting this stuff. So here we are on the 56. Anthony's got the deck lid in the rough body work. Got the inside in a epoxy primer, and then he's done an initial body work on the outside here, and he'll do all the final fit and body work once the car is in the shop for overall body work. So that's kind of where we are on the 56. He currently has the hood over there working on that. So what we have here is the fiberglass deck lid that we're doing for the 55 Chevy interior. And what we're currently working on is we've bonded this wood strip all the way around it. This is where the hinges will go. And this will give us a place to staple our fleece. And we'll get that all stapled in there. And then as we do that, then we'll come back and fiberglass resin all this. And what that's going to do is give us that three-dimensional look we showed you earlier in a different video. And so what we're doing currently is Tommy is dressing this edge up to give us a nice consistent edge, and get all that done. We'll clean off the back side, and this will give us a place to staple to all the way around here, and then we'll get that fiberglass. So we'll have that done, and you can see here where the TV area speakers are going to go and all that. So this is just part of it. It's a lot of work to get that three-dimensional look, and especially when you're mounting all these other items in here. So here on the trunk of the 55, you saw the deck lid cover that Tommy's actually working on. That's what goes up here, and he's currently got a couple of the inserts covered. We'll continue covering this with some plain leather, but we're not going to cover this outer piece till we get down to the final fitment. This is the floor. We got to do a little trimming and fitting around the base here just to take care of some gaps. Final fit our wheel tub covers, and then all of this will go in, and then this lower section of the trunk will basically be done as we're finishing up the deck lid cover with the TV and the speakers and all that. So that's kind of where we are on that. Got a little trim out to do here. As you can see, these are kind of mounted in place. As we showed you earlier, these panels will be held in with magnets, and there will be a grill, speaker grill that goes in here to allow air, just for some air movement. And that's so that we can service everything that's actually physically behind that panel. It's why we've made those removable with magnets. So that's kind of where we are on all that this week. What else do we have going on? The Apache's been relocated in the shop. That customer's coming out later today. We're going to go over that car and verify that all of his needs are met, and then this one will be scheduled for body and paint. And so here on the 69, the Malibu, you can see where we've got the Holley sniper on it. We did the brake conversion as we talked about earlier. And one of our goals was to keep the car looking as OE, as original looking as possible, so it didn't look like it had all the electronic fuel injection and all that stuff on it. So we've hidden the regulator and stuff like that. So you can see that when you just look in here as a first glance, you really don't have any idea initially at first glance that this is a EFI fuel injected setup using a Holley sniper, other than maybe noticing that the mechanical fuel pump is missing. That's probably the only thing that would give something away on that right there. So that's kind of where we are on this. Customers, we do have a new battery coming. This battery was from 2014. So that battery's, what, 11 years old? And we got a new battery coming for it, and then this car will be leaving out of here tomorrow morning. So what else? Is that it? So that's kind of where we are at the end of the first week of December. We want to really thank everybody for following our channel and supporting us and subscribing. And again, if we do anything or have anything that you want to see more of, or have questions on how we do stuff, or just need some help with figuring something out for yourself, give us a call, give us a email, or send us a message, and we'll do everything we can to help you out. Thank you for supporting us, and we wish you a good weekend. Thank you.